Well, we're starting here. Uh, and I want to welcome everybody to our sixth. It's possible that this is the seventh. We can't be sure of our Peninsula Tech Committee annual holiday gift guide. And I want to welcome all of you. I'll begin just very quickly, some thank yous. The thank yous start with our committee members who have contributed aside from us, Jay Richmond, Victor Labazetta. I want to thank our fearless chairman, John Steitman, who makes sure that we all do what we're supposed to do sometimes. Joan Renner, who is our marketing guru. She's the one that will be posting the deck to various areas. Joan, will this be available at the end of the meeting?
Yeah. So certainly on the hub and on the forum as well. And following this meeting, we'll be posting it pretty quickly within a half an hour. And then we'll also send out a Facebook post too, so you have a link to it. So, and you'll probably receive a communication from us as well via email. So there'll be.
If you leave early, we'll know who you are,
Yeah.
and you'll be excluded from the deck. So
But if you
just
go to
to
the,
be
yeah, and by the way, if you go to the hub to the education and how-to section, if you navigate it from up at the top menu, you'll be able to get to it from there later on.
okay. Continuing with our thanks, I'm going to quickly thank Mike Palmer for keeping me in line tonight. And last but absolutely not least, a thank you to Pat McChrystal Smith, who put this absolutely fabulous gift guide together that will be available, as Joan just said. If you see her out and about in the peninsula or the golf course, please compliment her because she put in an amazing amount of work. And this guide is absolutely fantastic. So, to start, here's how it will work. Those of you who have joined us in the past will kind of know this. We have taken gifts and we've broken them down into several categories, and each of the committee members has picked one or two gifts within each of the categories. And we will start by going through the categories and the gifts, and each of us will kind of speak to the gifts that we picked. If you have questions, use the chat box and we'll try to get to those questions at the very end. So, with that in mind, let's start off. So, as you can read, important tips, items, prices vary. Don't hold us to those. There are gifts ideas for any occasion, and this presentation, as we said, will be available on the hub, the forum, Facebook, some other various platforms. So here's this year's categories: gifts we have and love, gifts we don't have but wish we did, gifts under $30, gifts over $50, gifts for the grandkids, and gifts where money is no object. And with that, we are about to start. These are gifts we have and love. Victor, take it away.
Okay, I'm up first. So, AirPods are something that I use constantly when I'm on conference calls, when I'm listening to music. They're just a part of my daily living. But as I get older, I find that my hearing is not what it used to be. I'll just say that. But the AirPods are great because, I could put the AirPods in and I could listen and I could hear, pretty much everything. Well, the new AirPod Pros have something that is completely unique. And that is, besides the active noise cancellation and that we've always had, the adaptive audio that tailors itself to the environment, it's absolutely amazing the way that it can separate your voice from the background noise there is. I have, sometimes when I'm driving and I have I have one AirPod in and I'm talking to customers, they don't even know I'm in the car because it's just that good. But now we added something that's completely amazing. And that is the AirPods now have the ability to do a hearing test. And then
Just
once
heard
they,
about that.
yeah, literally.
Yes, no pun intended.
No pun intended. And the interesting thing about it is it will do the hearing test and then it will modify its audio so that way it will work better for your hearing. They act as a hearing aid. And I know, like, many of us, we don't necessarily want a hearing aid. I know that my father, although he needed a hearing aid, he just didn't want to have to wear a hearing aid. But now with AirPods, everybody walks around with AirPods. That's nothing new. You could actually have the AirPods in your head and them be a hearing aid. One of the things we used to be able to do what we used to do to get around this is when you watch TV, I don't know about you, but I'm constantly making the TV louder and louder, and which of course annoys everybody around me. So what I used to do is I used to take my phone, I would put it by the TV, and I'd have it transmit to my AirPods so that it didn't have to be loud. Now I don't have to do that anymore. I can just put the AirPods in and I can leave the TV at a normal volume. Everyone else is happy. I can hear everything good. It's perfect. So that's new. That's the new AirPod Pros. They're available right now.
That's great. Nice ad, Victor, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, Victor is up again. Oh,
Look
and
at
this is brand new.
So there's an interesting, you can certainly go to the website and you can look at this and see see the product. It's the new iMac in 7 delicious flavors. Um, there's 2 interesting stories about the iMac that you should find. I hope you find interesting. Number one is we made it 24 inches. So we originally had a 27-inch iMac, and people complained. They said the 27-inch iMac doesn't fit on my desk. It's too big. You've got to make it smaller. So then we came out with the 21-inch iMac. And
Too
everybody said,
small.
oh, you made it too small. It's too small for my desk. I can't see it, et cetera, et cetera. So now we made the 24-inch iMac, which is, it's not too small. It's not too large. It's right in the middle. Does that mean that people stopped complaining? Of course not. They said, why don't we have a 27-inch iMac? The answer is the 24-inch iMac actually has when you look at the screen, you actually have the same real estate on that screen that you would have had with the 27-inch iMac, but now it comes with an M4 processor and something really cool called Desk View. What Desk View
Wow.
is let's say, for example, you want to knit, you want to teach somebody knitting. The camera now has the ability to look straight down in the front of you, and you can demonstrate what you're doing, which is really, really nice. Second interesting story is, why does it come in 7 colors? Why do the iMacs always come in colors? The answer goes back to Steve Jobs. When the company was struggling, and we announced the iMac as the product that was going to save the company, they said, well, what are we going to do, Steve? And he happened to have a pack of lifesavers in his hand. And he
Huh.
looked at the pack of lifesavers and he says, this is the lifesaver of the company. Make them in this color, these colors. And we actually made them in all the lifesaver colors. And we stopped making the yellow one because everyone said, I don't want to buy a lemon. So, so this year we're brought back yellow. Let's do the marketing research and see if people will buy the yellow and not think that it's a lemon. So
That's too great. That absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is brand new, right? This
yeah, it's
is
brand
just come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is hot off the press.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I just go too fast and skip one?
Yep,
I
you did.
think,
Yeah.
what?
Don't skip
Yeah.
me.
Go back. Skip Joan.
There we go.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
here.
Joan.
Yeah, thank you. I'm here to talk about the Theragun. Now, who here doesn't have any kinds of aches and pains, especially after a day on the golf course or pickleball or whatever? I got this gift 2 years ago from John, my husband, and it's fantastic. We can be sitting around watching TV, and I'm like, oh. It's not too noisy. Well, it's a little bit noisy, maybe. Yeah. And it's really something that I love. And now the newer models of this have a Bluetooth connection. So you can put an app on your phone, Theragun app, and it'll walk you through the steps of doing a therapy. You know, say you have knee injury or something like that, or your back, whatever it may be. It'll walk you through a whole set. You know, I used to Google something like, you know, what can I do for my shoulder with my Theragun? But now I can just pull, you know, just pull up the app, say it's my shoulder. It'll give me a walkthrough, how many minutes it needs to be and stuff like that. So it's really fantastic. I think they actually sell them in the pro shop, this particular one. You know, certainly you can get it on Amazon, and it's probably, you know, you're probably going to see some Black Friday deals on it for sure. So I'm recommending this Theragun.
Okay. Let's see. That's great, Joan. Next. Oh, we're on to the health, I guess, area. Who's this now? Mike.
Yeah, this is I've been using this for a while. It's a wrist blood pressure monitor. I like it because it's like 3.5 inches long and maybe 2.5 wide. But as you can see from that picture, the numbers are very big, very easy to see. It's got a two-person setting, so I can use it and my wife can use it. And the app stores 90 readings. And I'm kind of nuts about taking my blood pressure all the time. So I store them.
Mm.
So when I go see the doctor once a year, and then even if I go at the half year to get blood work or whatever, I can show her the 90 readings. So she's got good information as to what's going on. And I love it. I think it's you know, it's reasonable. It's $50, and the batteries last forever. And it's just a good way to track your health if you wanna monitor your blood pressure and your heart rate.
Okay. Next, let's see. We went through. Oh, I'm going backwards now. I apologize. There we go. Okay. This is the Logitech Casa pop-up desk, and the ultimate compliment that I have on this is that Mike Palmer says it's the coolest thing I own. Anyway, this I use this all the time. Anywhere I go outside of the house, it folds into, as you can see in that picture, into the size of a book. When you unfold it, it has a keyboard and a trackpad inside. It sets up your laptop as if it were a desktop. It puts it up that high. I love this thing. I use it all the time. If you've been to PCA meetings and where I'm sitting there monitoring some of the sound, I'm using this. It just makes it really easy to use your laptop. And it says $53, but don't I want to make sure that I don't get killed because I think it's a little over $100. Anyway, as I say, Mike Palmer thinks this is cool, so I highly recommend this. And we keep going back. There we go.
Cool. I mean,
Jay.
yeah.
Thank you. I actually have these two devices. The first one is basically a portable jump starter. How many of you have ever been caught with a dead battery and you have no jumper cables, or you have jumper cables but you can't find anybody that willing to give you a hot shot? This is a device that you just keep charged. It stores a battery for quite a long time, and it enables you to basically start your car by using this device. It plugs in just like you see with the red black terminal, and you power it up, and then you get a charge out of it. So I've actually had this happen to me. I have a Jeep Wrangler. I didn't know until after it happened that I have two batteries in that vehicle. One is the main battery. There's another battery that's for the four-wheel drive and all the other stuff, off-road stuff. So this was able to be used for jump starting the car, so I could take it to the dealer to get the battery replaced. So I highly recommend that. It's about $60, and it comes in handy, and it's very small, very portable. The other thing is the tire inflator. There are many, many models out there. I happen to actually have this one. My wife got this one for me. This is a good deal if you are in a situation where you have to come out and your car has a flat tire. And this will enable you to basically charge by remote capability with this device to pump up the tire. I've actually used this. Works pretty well. Can handle tires, pumps of basketball, any kind of thing you need to pump up, but it's portable, very small, and it runs about $79. Again, there are many, many different models. I actually happen to have this one in particular, but I think any of those types of devices for the jump starter or the tire inflator are good things to have to keep with you at all times. You never know when you have an emergency.
Hey, Jay, I have that also. And the nice thing about it is in the back of my car, I have a little outlet. I just plug it in and keep that thing charged all the time. So whenever the
Wow.
car's running, it's charging it. So you don't have to worry about it running out. So a lot of cars have that. If you do, that's a good idea for this thing. Because this is very good.
Point. Good point, Mike. Thank you.
You've done this before, Jay, right? I think the inflator, certainly. I know.
Yes,
So you
and
love
again,
this.
when I've
Yeah.
actually had to use both of these, it's a true testimony to how effective these things really are.
Yeah, I got this last year on your recommendation, and it really is. It's great.
Works well.
Hmm.
Okay, so next, John.
Oh yeah, so this is a selfie stick tripod. It's a tripod for selfies. Like if your arm isn't long enough to take your selfies, or if the group is too big, this is attach your phone to this device. It telescopes up to 5.5 feet tall, and when you would just pull it apart, and the three legs automatically come out, so you can set it down on the ground. And when you're done, it collapses to a small tube, 13 inches long, so it's easy for travel. It's good for iPhones and Android devices. You can just put your phone into that kind of spring-loaded attachment there, and the phone can either be in landscape mode, as the picture shows right here, or in portrait. It's got that convenient clip-on for your phone. It also comes with a Bluetooth remote. So if you hold the remote in your hand, you can be 10, 15, 20 feet away if you want, and you can just snap the clicker in your hand, and it'll take the pictures. It's great if you're going on a hike, so you want to take pictures of landscape, or you've got a big group. You may need several pictures at a time. We've had this for a few years, not that long, but a few. And we just use it all the time. Highly recommend it. You can get it from Amazon for less than $15.
Yeah, and Susan Beads did this one actually a couple of years ago. That's why we bought it, and you can see that it's really very small. We took it to a polo match recently, and we were able to take photos of a large crowd. So it was pretty fun. Very
Wow, you go to polo matches. Well, I never knew. I never knew. This is a great. I think everybody needs one of these, without a doubt, if you take pictures. Okay, let's see. Gifts that we don't have, but boy, do we wish we did. And let's see who is first up here. I apologize. I'm going. There we go. Oh, well, wonders of wonder. Is this the Vision Pro I see, Victor? Victor?
You didn't think that you could get away with a gift
Yeah, I
guide
know.
and not me do a Vision Pro, right?
I was waiting for this.
So if you haven't seen this, you really do need to see it, because the funny thing about it is, before I actually had my hands on one of these, I thought it was just like a Meta or anything else like that. And it's not. It is truly a different device. It's a different platform, because what you can do is, at the least, what you can do is you can create a theater-like experience where you can actually have a 60-foot screen directly in front of you to watch whatever movie you want. But where it really comes to life is when you use spatial video, and spatial video in 3D. So one of the things that we use this for, when we demonstrate it, is we have medical students that come in and then can actually do a dissection or a surgery right there directly in front of them, because the 3D object actually exists directly in front of them. For other students, they will take apart a jet engine. You could walk inside of a jet engine, take it apart, look at how it works. But the thing that really is going to completely blow your mind is when you completely go spatial. And what happens when you go completely spatial is you can stand there and you can look to your right, to your left, up and down, and you are there. And if you actually do the demonstration, one of the things they show you is you standing on a cliff. And that is something that you need to be prepared for before you actually do it. They will not let you stand up while you're using this device because you will, become disoriented. But all you have to do is turn the crown at the top and it brings the spatial down so you can actually see where you are and what you're doing. So you have 3D, you have video, you have the ability to control things with your hand. You can literally do simple things like you can open up a screen and you can have Word over here and you can have Excel over here. What's the most interesting thing that I've done with these is I've done WebExes, where what happens is because the camera's not looking at you, it creates something called a persona. And it looks like you. It really looks like you. And when you're talking to somebody on WebEx, what happens is I can have all of my tech notes over here for something. I can have all of my web pages over here that I can do research on, and I can be looking at somebody, and at the same time I'm pulling up all the data that I need to pull up to be able to answer their questions or solve whatever problem that I need to solve. So if you haven't seen one, I recommend you go to the store, do the trial. If you ever find yourself in New York City, we have a completely immersive demonstration there that's an hour long, where you can actually wind up doing some surgery there if you're interested. Not for the faint of heart, I will admit. And this is really the direction that computing is going. It's going in the direction where it's not just immersive, it's experiential. And we call it spatial computing, and I think that you'll really, really enjoy it.
And did I understand that Black Friday, this is going to be available at $599? Or did I have that wrong?
I think you may have that wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, one could hope. Okay.
I'll sell
The
you
next, yeah, I'm sure you will. Okay, this is mine. This is the Zwift Ride Kicker Cord. To me, this is the ultimate training bike. My wife's not getting this for me, so this is going to be one of those that I'd have to gift myself. But this is not a gym bike or a spinning bike. Essentially, what this does, one of the main aspects of this training bike is, and as you can see in the picture at the screen, this will create courses anywhere. You can pick a particular course, you can design it. And what happens is that the software interacts with the cog in the back. There's no wheel, it's a cog, as you can see in the back. And so when you're going up a hill, you're going to get that resistance. When you're going down, you'll get less resistance, obviously. It has virtual gearing. So you can absolutely simulate what you would be doing on a ride outside. I've been on one of these, and they are absolutely amazing. This is, again, one of these, it doesn't take up much room, as you can see. So this is I don't have it, but I wish I did. And I have no choice. My wife's not even listening to this tonight, so I have no choice of getting that from her. Okay, let's move on to Joan.
Amazon Echo Show 10, third generation. Many of us have the little Echo devices, right? The little tiny small ones. Well, I was at my brother's house recently, and he had this sitting on his counter, and I thought, wow, that is pretty cool. The screen is 10 inches, which is, a nice big display. It's a nice design. It swivels and it will swivel and follow you where you walk or go. You can do a lot of typical things that you can watch a movie on it actually, or something like that. Or if you wanted to watch a recipe, you can actually see it where, if you're using your phone or something like that to follow a recipe in front of you, it's kind of hard, so the screen and sound quality looked really good as we tested it out at my brother's house. I think it's easy to set up like any Echo thing is. It works with all kinds of third-party devices, so you can connect all kinds of things around your home, like with any Echo device like that. You can even use it for home monitoring. So if you're away and you want to remotely swivel it, you can do that to see what's happening at your front door, depending on where you have it positioned. And I'm watching it on Amazon just to see if Black Friday the price goes down
Yep.
to something else, which I'm sure it will. So I highly recommend it. I mean, I don't have
Yeah.
one yet, John, but when like the holidays are coming.
Joan, we have this, and it's amazing. It really is, and it serves. If you have any smart home devices, it also serves as a central hub, and you can see everything in the house. But when it moves as you move, it's very cool. And I do think that this will come down on Amazon. They generally do that with their Echo. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Hey, Joan, this one, we bought this for one of our sons for the grandkid because we had the earlier version of the Echoes, and he's not going to sit in the chair for more than 62 seconds. But with this one, when he runs around to show you his trucks and stuff, you can see him. So this
Yeah.
was a great thing for the kids, for him to have. He likes it. He said, "Hey, this is pretty cool. It follows him around." So he doesn't wander too far. He just wants to show you his trucks, or just doesn't want to be sitting on the chair talking to you.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. Yeah, because you can have video conference call or video.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of video conference calls, what a lot of people don't know is they have their own version, sort of FaceTime. But I think it works really well, and you obviously don't need Apple devices to do it. But simply, if you have a contact, you simply say to Alexa, call Kim's Alexa device. That's
Right.
all you need to say, and it dials the phone.
Yep.
And it dials up a video conference. It really is that simple. Even if you don't get this one, and you get one of the smaller versions, you really have to try that video conferencing. You were going to say you've done this, Mike?
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I've got mine hooked up to all the stuff in the house.
Yeah,
Right? It's got it listening to if it hears an appliance beep, like I forgot to close the refrigerator for 2 minutes, it tells me, "Hey, you got an appliance been going for
If
2 minutes."
it'll sense a water leak.
If you have
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the water things, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So,
really want it. Okay.
okay, go ahead, John. You have a better chance of getting that than I do with a bike. I can tell you that. Okay. Next, Mike.
Yeah, this is the reason I put this up here is, I look at all these different Garmins, I look at all these crazy things that we've got, and they're really pretty complicated. This one is very easy. I put that picture up there because that's the only thing I need. You're on hole 4, it's par 4, the middle of the green's 167, 183 to the end, 151 up. I don't need all that other stuff because I'm not that good. So this is all I need. With this, you can move the pin around. You can have up to 6 hazards per hole, stuff like that. But I just use it like this, and it's relatively inexpensive as far as these things go. And it's a great read, and it lasts for like 3 rounds before you have to charge it. So to me, that was pretty good. It's just very easy to use, and it's pretty intuitive. So that's why I like this.
Okay. Next, wait a minute. Yes, the Omni Photo Stick, Jay. Jay?
Yeah, this is a really neat device. As it says, created by a former VP. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Created by former VP and GM of Hewlett Packard. And can you not hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay. So as you see, it saves up to 60,000 photos, and I love the portability factor of it. And it comes in a bunch of different sizes. If we scroll down, I think it actually different size memory. The 32 gig is $60, and then it goes up incrementally from there. It even goes up as high, I think, as 256 gig. So it's a really neat, it works with everything, works with Android platform, works with the Apple platform. You can use it with your tablet, doesn't really matter what brand it is, and can store videos and photos. So does documents, voice memos, and music files, all kinds of things in just a really portable little device. And I don't think it's all that expensive given how much you can store on it based upon what your demands are going to be. So kind of a neat thing I found when I was looking around, and something I think I'd like to get one day. Robin, you're on this call, so make note of that.
Lucky you, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next here? There we go. John.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So instead of binoculars, this is a monocular for one eye. And you can either hold it up to your eye, or you can set it up on the tripod and use the special smartphone adapter. So insert your phone, and then you can take pictures through the lens. So you get all the magnification. It provides about 12 times magnification with a 56 millimeter large lens. And the special prism lens actually increases the amount of light transmission and reduces unnecessary light reflection, provides a clear, high contrast, color accurate images at the same time. It's great for hiking, camping, bird watching, hunting, or any kind of an activity. So you might be out on a hike or something, and you see something, you look through it with your eye, and you say, oh, I want to take a picture of this. So then you just set up the tripod, set the binocular onto it, insert your phone into the special phone adapter, and then, to make it still, and then just snap the picture. And I think this is a great device for anybody who loves the outdoors.
You could have seen the Northern Lights with this, I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to have it magnified like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're now into gifts under $30. This is a really popular category. And we'll start off with, okay, and the Peeps eyeglass or lens cleaner is absolutely, completely the perennial gift of our list. We've had so many people that have come up to us at various times to say they saw this and they love it. It's the ultimate stocking stuffer. It's less than $20. Nothing will clean your lenses on glasses like this device. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It uses some form of static electricity, I think. But this will absolutely, totally clean your lenses on your glasses. And they make versions that you can use for your phone, for your tablet, and if any of you have, and many people do now, have these large displays in their cars, they will clean that. So they come in a myriad of different colors. I know that many of you out there are going to get this because we've heard already that many people have gotten them. And the people you give it to, they will really appreciate this little device.
Yeah, and so we have one in our Tesla, and it's just fantastic because if you spray your screens with anything, it messes up.
You got it.
And
yeah.
big flat, it cleans off all kinds of garbage. Yeah, it's really terrific. Yep. Need one.
You're right. I keep one in my car as well. It just cleans. It cleans your phones. The version that cleans your phones and tablets. So this is just a wonderful, very inexpensive gift. And John.
Okay, so this is the Telemate tracker for everyday things like your keys, backpacks, purses, wallets, or whatever. Now, there are lots of devices like this on the market, but this one is, I call it smartphone agnostic. So it'll work whether you've got an iPhone or an Android device or whatever. So if you're lost keys, for example, or within Bluetooth range, using the app on your phone, it'll ring when it'll make a noise when you ask it to from the app. Or because it's Alexa or Siri compatible, you can say, Alexa, find my keys, or Alexa, find my wallet, and it'll ring for you. But when it's outside of Bluetooth range, you just use the Tile app to view your tile's most recent location on a map. Now, it also operates in reverse. So, for example, if you lose your phone, but you've got the tile in your hand, you just double press the button on your tile and your phone will ring, even if it's in do not disturb mode. Then, if your tile is lost, make sure you've added your contact information so that you can be reached when someone scans the QR code on your last tile, and they'll be able to get in touch with you. So it's $20 on Amazon, and I would highly recommend this for anybody that doesn't already have them.
Thank you for picking this, John. The proprietary interest I have in this, thanks you very much. But this really, I love the AirTag, but this, you said cell phone agnostic. It absolutely is, because you don't need an iPhone to work with this. And it's inexpensive. Okay, next, here we go. Who is this? Prepared Hero Merge. Oh, Mike.
Yes, this is in the kitchen. I have the fire extinguishers where they're supposed to be, with the grill and the kitchen and all that stuff. But now I've got this Prepared Hero fire blanket right next to it, because it's so easy to use. If you get a flare-up, a grease flare-up, you just throw this thing on it. It's out in 2 seconds. And so you should have a couple of them around. I think it's a great device. It's a real safety thing going on. And now that I'm teaching the grandkids how to use the stovetop, I actually keep it on top of the counter when they're there. But it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to use. It's definitely worth it. It was developed by a bunch of firemen, and since my wife's father was a fireman, you kind of have to buy it.
This is actually this makes a tremendous amount of sense. Okay, what's next here? Joan.
Yeah. Oh, baby, it's cold outside. Here's a gift that warms the heart. This is a great little stocking stuffer, I think, because I know many of my friends who have very cold hands. And, if you're going out for a walk at night, what a great thing to stick into your pocket. One of the nice things about, the rechargeable kind versus the kind that you just, are in packets that you throw away, it's a more sustainable option for people. It's under $20, and so I think this makes a nifty little gift for. I'm getting this for my sister-in-law because her hands are always cold. And when you go out for walks at night too, you can stick them in your pocket or whatnot. But it's it's nice to have something warm. And a lot of people have arthritis in their hands too. So here's another option for warming your hands up and getting rid of a little bit of pain.
Joan, I just got this last week, and you are absolutely right. These are amazing. I have Raynaud's, and my fingertips go numb all the time, and I'm not near hot water to run my my hands under very often. But this absolutely does work. They're great.
All
So
right.
good
How long
choice.
does it last? Joan, how long does it last?
I've had about two. I've had it go. You can do it on different levels. And by the way, when you do it on the highest level, it gets really hot. But in the medium level, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Oh, cool.
I've had. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It really. This is just a great gift.
What's the name of the brand
Okay,
you have? Do you know, Barry?
the same one. the same
Same
one.
one. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're into gifts over $50. Oh, John, I love this.
Yeah, so this is a wireless turntable. Now, some people still swear by vinyl records as the
I do.
best,
I don't.
certainly better than CDs and better than streamed music.
Totally.
I don't know, but if you're looking for a new turntable, here we have a wireless one with Bluetooth connectivity. It's got a preamp, so you can connect it via Bluetooth to your speakers. It plays 45 as well as 33 RPM records. But it's being a modern device now, modern technology. It's also equipped with an elliptical stylus, which provides improved tracking for sound, increased detail, and reduced wear on your records as it distributes the force more evenly across the groove. Some other features include a built-in switchable preamp, so you can either connect it to your speakers or via Bluetooth, or via phono line out. So it's got both connectivity options. But being new technology, it will probably produce much better sound than the old traditional turntables that we're used to. So I highly recommend it.
Great choice. Really great choice. It's great looking too.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's I didn't go into the features about that it looks like a wooden board, but actually it's
Yeah.
not. I forget what it's made of, but it's all the detail is on that Amazon link.
Got a retro look. Retro.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It absolutely does. Well, John, your next two, I did not know that you were a swimmer, but these
Oh.
look very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize this was coming up so fast. So here we have Smart Swim goggles for anyone who swims laps in the pool or trains for swim mates or triathlon. And I'm sure a lot of people have kids or grandkids who may be competitive swimmers. There's two ways about it. One is the end goggle sensors capture your data for real-time feedback and review in the Form app on your phone. And there you can review your heart rate, your time, your distance, pace, stroke rate, stroke count, calories burned, all that kind of stuff. It also has an integrated optical heart rate monitor with anti-fog coating, proprietary ice seats, and it can last about 14 hours of swim time on a single charge. Now, in addition to that, there's a premium subscription, which is $9.99 a month. And with that, it'll provide motivating lap by lap instructions in your goggles as you're swimming. In-goggle visual coaching and resources to enhance your technique. And also, it provides an in-goggle compass to stay on course if you're out in open water. So it really is a fully featured set of goggles, and would be a great gift for anybody who's does any kind of competitive swimming.
I can tell you that 30 years ago, when I did the Bay Bridge swim, the Catalina Island swim, and the ridiculous swim around Manhattan, I might have been able to use these. This is very
Yeah, it's
cool.
like, what will they think of next? Right?
Yeah, this really is very cool. Okay. Let's see. Next. Oh, I love this. And Victor, we were just talking about this.
Exactly. Now, this may not compare, obviously, to some of the Apple high-end stuff, but this is a lot less expensive and comes in 7 delicious colors, just like the Apple product does. But this is Ray-Ban's version of Meta Smart Glasses. It has all kinds of capabilities to listen, call, capture, and live stream features. And the Ray-Ban brand itself, has that kind of look to it. This is something that I saw because I'm doing a lot of work on AI as it relates to stuff I do with my teaching. And I thought this was kind of a cool device. And based upon the conversation Victor and Barry and all of us had right before the call, this may be a more affordable option than maybe some of the really high-end things. But I think it's worth looking into since it's got a great brand name and utilization of some of the latest technology.
That just to add on this, Jay, these are prescription glasses. I mean, you put in prescription lenses for the most part, so these become your eyeglasses, and in that regard, they can kind of take the place of having a phone that you need. It'll take pictures, right, Jay? And I
Right.
think you can hear sound through it and make calls.
Yes. Pretty cool.
Yeah, these are great. Okay, next. Victor,
Mhm.
another new thing.
Yes. We had three major announcements just before.
And you're getting them all out tonight.
I'm getting them all out tonight. So the iPad mini is a beloved device. Um, it it's something that people like they like them a lot. The challenge we had is that the iPad mini was getting long in the tooth, and we hadn't updated in quite a long time. And one of the reasons why we didn't update it is because we were actually waiting for the A17 processor for it. And the reason why that becomes really, really powerful is because this does everything that a full-size iPad does and more, because it adds Apple Intelligence to it. And Apple Intelligence is, again, something that you have to experience. So I recommend that you go and play with it. But there are features that are still baking on it. It's actually the device is ready, but the software is coming for it that we have announced. It's not like I'm telling you something that we haven't announced. Like Image Playground, you can actually get Image Playground in beta, and it does an awful lot like what some of the other imaging products are out there, such as like Dolly does, where you can say, I want a picture of a starfish that's dancing with a tutu or whatever you want to do, something like that. The difference is that Apple Intelligence is free. So with the iPad mini, a lot of special needs students use the iPad mini when for using Proloquo as a communication device. They like it because it's the perfect size. It's small enough to fit in the hands. You can actually get a strap that goes in the back. You can hold it in one hand. So lots and lots of people liked it. We finally updated it. It now has the A17 processor. It has the Apple Intelligence, and it comes in at a pretty decent price point for an iPad. So
Yeah.
I will tell you, it's really light and it's really comfortable in your hand. And it works with the Apple Pencil as well. So that's cool.
Victor, the Image Playground, that's coming out in 18.2 update.
Yeah, I got it.
So yeah, it's released in beta. If you load the beta 18.2 on it, you should get the Image Playground. Yeah.
But when it goes public, it's 18.2 that everybody will be
18.2.
able to get it. Yeah.
When 18.2 drops out of beta, then you'll just have it. Now,
Yeah.
it doesn't just come on the device. You actually have to turn it on, because one of the things that people were concerned about is what if I don't want Apple Intelligence on my device? You don't have to have it. Basically, you go into settings, you go into AI and Siri, and you go in there and you turn on the pieces of it that you want.
Right.
Or you can turn them off. And also what's interesting is that ChatGPT can also be integrated into it, which is what I've been working with as well, in the integration part of ChatGPT. One of the interesting things about Apple Intelligence, and I've been using it for actually quite a while now, is when I go and I speak to people about technology, especially engineers, I always tell them, you are one email away from either a promotion or getting fired, depending on how you write that email. Well, with Apple Intelligence, you can go ahead and write your angry email to your boss, click on it and say, make it friendlier or make it more professional, and it will rewrite that email so it'll still make your point, but it won't be antagonizing, I'll just say. And I will
We
say
did.
that.
Well, Mike and I kind of featured this in the iPhone, the
Mhm.
iOS update. And yes, we played around with this, didn't we, Mike? This was a really cool
Cool.
feature.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot of fun.
Okay, are we, by the way, Victor, just out of curiosity, are we done with Apple products? Because I'm excited to see what else is coming up. But
I think for this holiday season, yes. But
oh, okay.
WWDC is right around the corner.
Okay.
So
Well, geez, I was holding my breath here. I was waiting for a new one on here. Okay.
Victor, do they ever on Black Friday, either the iPads or anything like that, do they ever discount those?
yes.
Yeah, because they're doing right now, Amazon is saying get all these iPads,
Hmm.
like ninth generation for half price, but they're old technology. They're
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like not what
the
you
ninth
want.
the ninth generation is discontinued. So
Good. Okay.
we yelled that a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
But here's the reality. Historic, I can't tell you what we're going to do this Black Friday, but historically on Black Friday we have had some doorbuster deals at the
Yeah.
store, and also online as well. And if you're an educator, you automatically get an educator discount too. So that's something to take into consideration.
No, I have a card. I have a card. Well, I can use
By,
Jay's. He's a teacher.
yeah.
Mike, I got
By the
several of them.
way,
You can have one.
By the way, Victor is not getting paid, ladies and gentlemen, for his promotion at Apple today.
No.
So anyway, the next is this is mine, the Grill Rescue Great Cleaning Brush. This, if you grill, and who on this call doesn't, this is absolutely the greatest grill cleaning brush I've ever used at all. It was developed by a fireman. It uses fire retardant material in the brush. And essentially, what you do is you soak the brush in a bucket of water. As you're cleaning the grill, once you're done, you keep the grill on a low, heat, but you keep the heat on. You put this into a bucket of water, and then you start brushing. This takes everything off. It essentially uses this steam cleaning to remove the debris. You will never see your grates cleaner than using this brush. It really is, and it's not expensive. And the grill head, or the head of the brush, is replaceable because it does get pretty dirty. But I highly recommend this. It's a great gift.
Yeah, I'm going to second that. I'm going to second that, Barry, because if you have a wire brush cleaner, throw that out right now. In fact, don't even right after this call, go and throw it away, because we had a wire brush cleaner, and I cleaned the grill once and didn't realize that one of the bristles fell on the ground, and our dog ate it, and she wound up in the hospital. So you and it could happen to you, So if you have a wire bristle, just get rid of it. We have this brush; it is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm telling you right now.
And again, this is that not only for yourself. It's not expensive. This is a really great gift. Okay, let's see what's next. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Joan.
Yeah. So here's another thing that's better than sliced bread. The Kodak Ultra Mini Portable Projector. Now, there are many other brands out there, but what caught my eye on this particular one was like that guy sitting in his tent at the beach. He, obviously somebody took some video of him earlier during the day or whatever, and he's playing it on this little handheld projector that also has a built-in battery, but also a built-in media player. So it's playing, so you're getting audio and video. And I thought it was, like say you go on vacation and you take a bunch of videos, you got the family out and everything, you're sitting around the table and everyone's cramped around your little, your iPhone or whatever. You could take and connect your iPhone to this and project it to a wall. So no, so everybody can see it. And the quality is supposed to be pretty good. You could also, put up a tent for the kids out in the backyard and show videos inside the tent on just the tent wall. And so I thought there's a lot of different usages you could have. I thought, hey, go over to the nature center, throw up a white sheet, and you could do some projections right there too as well. So I thought this was a great idea.
Yeah, actually, that's very cool.
Cool.
That
Yeah.
yeah, we get, and now that we get Wi-Fi over there soon, and that'll even be better.
There you
Uh,
go.
yeah. Okay. What is next? Mike.
Yeah, this is there's a lot of text up there, but basically this is a smart voice translator, both on and offline. And what I like about this the most, if you're going to go overseas, or if one of your kids or your grandkids are in college and they're going to go over there, you should give them something like this. Because the thing that attracted me on this, and the reason I like it, is it has a half a second response time. So when you say something in there and you press, I want that in French, and you show it to the person, in a half a second, it's on the screen. That's fast. A lot of the other ones are pretty slow, and that gets you crazy. So this is pretty good to just get around and get things done. I wish when I was overseas I had something like this, but it was 40 years ago, so I guess a little on my time. But this is great. This is really good. It's touchscreen. You just talk into it, hit what language you want, it gives you back. So it's pretty cool, and it can be very useful if you're going to go overseas at all. And it's big. 4.1 inches is a good
Wow.
size, so you can read it.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay. Next, this is a late addition to the guide. My neighbor Andy Perella was telling me about this. I had never heard of it. Now, I will admit that I am not a bird person in any way, shape, or form, but that puts me in the minority of people, I believe, in the peninsula. When he told me about this, I went and looked this up and started reading about it. This thing is absolutely amazing. It's got a camera. It's a bird feeder, as you can see, and it has a camera attached. The camera will operate off of your Wi-Fi connection. What is really cool about this is that the camera is connected, has an AI program integrated into the camera itself, or into the visual perspective. So it will identify over 1,200 birds. If not that we have 1,200 species in the peninsula, although I would defer to anybody on the Nature Committee for that, or Marianne Yangst. But this is absolutely one. The more I saw this, the more I said, anybody that really loves birds, this is amazing. It will actually record the activity, obviously, and it apparently has a monitor and a horn sound, so that if the birdhouse was low and you had a raccoon or a squirrel or something coming to try to eat some of the food, it has a horn, I believe, that or a horn sound that it would emit. It's $59. It's basically, I saw it on Sharper Image. And for bird lovers, boy, I would think, what a gift.
Hey Barry, do you know?
Yeah,
Do you know if that hooks up to 2.4 gig or only?
it does. 2.4.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
my sister bought this. I threw it out because it only hooked up to 2.4, and her
Yeah.
carrier down in South Carolina only provides 5.0. Does not provide 2.4.
Really?
Make sure
Well, that's it. Yeah.
it does both 2.4 and 5.0.
Yeah, that's true. It's only 2.4, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you got, here, we'd be okay here. But if you're going to give it to somebody that's outside of here,
It's a good,
check to make sure they have 2.4 gig on their
either that, or make sure you have the gift receipt so they can take it back. But you're right about that.
yeah, that's what we got to watch.
Okay, what's next? Can't wait. This is the big one. I know a lot of people tune in pretty much for this particular category. So these are the gifts for the grandkids. First one, Who is this? Jay.
I was looking around and I found this thing. This seems like a really cool device. It comes in three different colors, blue, purple, and red. It's $32. The propeller is inside this device, so there's nothing that could harm a child by using this device. It will fly around. It'll go opposite of where your hand is. It really is good for hand-eye coordination for kids. Can be used inside, can be used outside. Has all kinds of strobe effects associated with it. Seems like it'd be a lot of fun on a rainy day over a holiday. Kids can play inside and not worry about damaging anything. If it hits something, it stops, and it's designed to be safe for people as well as lamps and walls and things of that nature. It won't mark anything up or damage anything. So I think it's good for probably 6 and over, simply because the hand-eye coordination, maybe a little bit younger, be too much for them. But it looks like a pretty cool device. There's lots of these on the web. I just happen to like this one in particular because of the colors. And for $32, I think it'd be a really good gift for Christmas or birthdays or anything else for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I
This
wanted
is
to get that last year and they really sold out fast. You know,
Cool.
yeah, so I haven't seen
wow.
it in action yet, but
Okay. Next. What do we have? John.
Oh
This is
yeah,
cool.
for the grandkids. This is a shape-shifting box. Now, before I start, you can see the picture there, which is kind of a complex shape with a little boy holding it up. This thing actually comes in a box as a cube. And so you can, it comes with 36 internal magnets that allows one cube to be transformed into over 70 different shapes. It just fits comfortably in the hand for hours of mind-challenging fun. Made of premium injection mold plastic with a tear-proof mat or high gloss surface. Each puzzle, in other words, each cube, features 4 unique artistic patterns of vibrant artwork for an ever-changing array of beauty at your fingertips. But with the strong internal magnet system of the puzzle, you can connect multiple boxes or multiple cubes together to build even larger structures and sculptures. So this is not a Rubik's Cube type thing. That's a puzzle. This is just something you play with, and you can get really creative. Kids can get amazingly creative in terms of the different shapes and artistic work that they can put together with this. It's not expensive. Amazon, $25. I think it would be a great gift for any creative kid.
Wow.
John, is
Yeah,
there
that's a
an age
great
limit on
price.
that, or what's the ages for that?
I don't know, Jay. It's not listed, but I would think something like 5 to 10 years old or more.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Next. Mike.
Yeah, this is we have this. Now we bought this probably 4 or 5 years ago. And now all the grandkids, as they go through their different ages, this is easily stored. We have a big canvas bag. We just throw everything in there. So they know they have to put it back in that canvas bag when they come. But they take these tracks, they run them underneath the chairs, underneath everything around. They build little bridges. We bought them some extra cars. So they race the cars around and they just leave the cars on all the time. And even the older kids now that are like 10, they'll be down for Thanksgiving. He's going to go right to this thing and start building it again. And the 4 and 5 year olds, they love it. They think it's the greatest thing in the world. So this is really a good little system. It's a STEM toy. So it does get them thinking about how to put stuff together. Very easy to put together. Little tunnels, little bridges, different things you can add on to it. But it's really withstood the time. I mean, they still love it. Even the older ones who I thought wouldn't love it, but they build, now they're trying to run it off the table and stuff like that. So that as they get older, they do things. But the little ones are still doing it the right way. But they're indestructible. They're really It's lasted a long time, so I would recommend getting this. And it stores easy. We just have the rule: when you're done, you got to put everything in that black bag, or I'll kill you.
Okay. Um, what's next here? Um, ah, this is mine, the Tony box. I included this basically because one of our friends had told us about this, and I called my daughter to say that we wanted to get this, and she said, "Oh, I am so glad you've just saved me. It's not necessarily inexpensive. You've just saved me the $150 because we were going to go out and buy that." So when she told me that, I said, "Well, I have to include this." Essentially, what this is. Uh, the figures that you see there, I'm not sure what those figures are per se, but there are a myriad of sets of figures. You place one of these characters, I said figures, but characters, on top of the box, and this is a screen-free toy or a display-free toy. So basically, stimulates the imagination because when you put one of these characters on, they begin to teach songs. They tell stories. They describe items, places, all without seeing the particular, on a screen. And as I say, this everything that I read about this that it really stimulates the imagination. There are probably 200 or 300 characters or character sets that you can include in this. And as I say, I did this because my daughter had verified that this was something that that they thought was very cool. I think this is about 3 and older. So that's the Tony Box audio player. And next, Joan.
Yeah, that's me. So here's another STEM product. I was talking about this one last year as well. And the founder, the company's called KiwiCo, and the founder is a Silicon Valley CEO woman who has 3 kids. And, she was always putting together these projects for the kids. So in order to put together a project, you got to go to the store, you got to go to Michael's or something like that, gather up all the stuff and put it together. So she's developed these little kits there for ages 6 to 16. I got it for my grand nephew in London. Once a month, I get a WhatsApp video from them about the new crate. They call them crates that he got, and that's him there on the right hand corner with his little. It was kind of like a secret codes, like a spy app. He had to build this little telescope that he could hide behind a couch and look around. It was pretty cool. And so each crate comes with that like a how to use it, what the material, like I guess I call it what it's all about, how to put it together. And I think he's really enjoying it. Like it's a lot. He's 7. So he looks for it comes it's sent to the child directly, and they open up the crate and they get started. And so he's really enjoying it, and I think this is a great product.
Wow, is that him? He's really cute.
Yeah, that's him. He's very cute, and he has this British accent too, so it's even cooler than the videos that he's done. Yeah.
Oh,
It's I think it's a great product. And it's a gift that keeps on giving. He gets 1 a month, right? So, and you can set it to like once every other month or once every 3 months or.
so this is like the more modern version of getting your Ovaltine code ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Once a
fact that it
month.
comes and the fact that it comes with the step-by-step instructions on how to do something, if the child can't read, the parent can help them and they can work on it together. So, yeah.
This is very cool. Okay, what's next? Okay, we've now reached the pretty close to the end. This is a category where money is no object. This is where we kind of have fun. If any of you in the past have ever taken advantage of any of these ridiculous gifts, we'd like to know, because we really kind of go all out on this thing. So, without further ado, gifts where money is no object. Let's see what's first. Well, Amazon is really Sears catalog on mega steroids. And you could get anything on the Sears catalog, including a Sears home. People in the 30s, 20s, 30s would literally have houses delivered to them from Sears. And many of these still exist today. Well, I saw this, and the modern version of that are container homes. And these are literally containers that they have prefabbed into homes. I saw this and said, what a great gift. You have a friend or relative, they've got a little bit of land, they've wanted to build a home down there. You just have this drop shift to them. Or, like in my case, I'm waiting for the architectural committee to approve my tear down in front of the house. And I'll have Amazon deliver me this 2-story container home, which will go up where my old home used to be. But so this is my money is no object gift. Let's see what's next. John, I love this.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I put this in the money is no object, but it's really, look at the price, $1,800. This is a personal robot. You can ride on it, you can speak to it, you can have it take pictures, or just have it follow you. And with its advanced computer vision, it can follow you autonomously. And you can ask it to stop, take a picture, or take a video, and it'll, you speak to it, and it'll respond. It can be used both indoors and outdoors, almost any type of terrain. It can travel 22 miles on a charge, up to 11 miles an hour. So what you do when you're riding it, you just stand on it. There's a platform there between the wheels, and you hug that little pad between your legs. I mean, the whole thing looks like it's only about 3 feet tall. So you're standing up, and you just ride along the sidewalk or ride along the road. But it'll anticipate objects in front of you. So, for example, if you're on a residential street and there's a speed bump, it'll see that, and it'll adjust so that you don't get knocked off, or you don't fall off, or anything like that. But don't think about this as just a two-wheeler thing to ride. It's actually an AI-powered robot. And I thought, even though we're putting it in the category of money, it is no object. I mean, this is certainly a very affordable gift. And
John,
just one more thing. The URL, the HTTP stuff is incorrect. But when you get the slide deck from the hub or from the forum, and you click on it, it'll take you to the website, and then you can click on the video and watch the whole thing in operation.
John, you think this thing could help me build that house when they drop ship it in front of
No, it doesn't carry things for you. It just carries you.
Oh well. Okay.
I said to John, this looks a little scary to me because you're standing on it. It's kind of like, oh,
yeah, I know. Let's see. Joan. Joan, I am totally jealous because I want this in the worst way. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then espresso verto creatistia or whatever. So I saw this and I was like, wow, that is very sexy looking, number one. And I understand that, these particular Verto Nespressos can have coffee down to a science, so it depends on the pod and the water and everything else. And that part's really good. But the really cool part about it is that it has this this wand, a centrifuge device that processes the milk, and you can make like very fancy, artful foam toppings on your latte or espresso or whatever. So all in one unit. And it, as a matter of, it is a very good looking little device. So I thought, well, yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of those.
You picked the right machine. This is we swear by Nespresso and the Virtue capsules, and I did see this when it came out. This is super cool looking. Even if you don't make coffee, it looks great in the kitchen. This really does. But it does make, it absolutely does make lattes and creme de coffees. And it is, I know that the steaming portion of this really works well. But best of all, it just looks great. So good choice. Good choice. Okay. Next. Oh, that's it. Nobody else had any. Nobody else had any ridiculous money is no object gifts. Well, ladies and gentlemen of the Peninsula, we have come to the end of our presentation. You're looking at the members of the Tech Committee, such as we are, that brought this to you, and we hope that this was something this year that you have found gifts that make sense to you, some that don't. A lot of Apple stuff, and we look forward to maybe doing this for the 8th year next year. With that in mind, do we have any questions?
No questions, but Kathy said that the new Peninsula coffee shop could maybe use this, or maybe my kitchen would replace the coffee shop.
Well, your kitchen would replace the coffee. There would be no need for a Peninsula coffee shop if you have one of these. Absolutely. None whatsoever. Yeah. So with that,
Barry,
go ahead, John.
Yeah, just a thought. Maybe if just move to the last slide and people can see where they can get the slide deck and the video.
Right.
Okay. Was it on the last slide, John?
Yeah.
The next right. One.
Yeah. There you go.
Right there.
Right.
Okay.
So within the next half hour or so, John and I will post the presentation to the hub first, and you'll find it under community information and education and how-to videos. You can also find it on the forum as well under education. And that's a great place to go ask a question if you have one about this or any topic. Feel free to contact us, and there's linkages within the presentation as well to how to get to the hub and the forum.
We did record this. You'll notice that it mentions YouTube. We'll have the video of this on our YouTube channel. So I think with that, I personally want to wish all of you a very, very happy and healthy holiday. To all of our watchers and to my friends and compadres on the Tech Committee. So with
and
that,
happy Thanksgiving too.
Get ready with your list for Black Friday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Victor, send us that list of what's available from Apple on Black Friday, without a doubt. Okay, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Again, happy Thanksgiving. We see you, and we're out. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Happy holidays.
Bye.